Well, hi, we're Adam and Sara Zellmer. I work at the food bank in Eldora. I work at Pine Lake Food Shelf. I'm the food bank director, which is quite a change from, I was an elementary teacher for 20 years, so a big change, but I love it. I also tutor some students at Little Rock Ministry, and I teach Awanas, Cubbies.
Yep. And I'm Adam Zellmer, Superintendent of Eldora, New Providence, and Hubbard Radcliffe Community Schools, proudly working together at South Hardin Schools, and it is my 5th year here in the area and being the superintendent, and just love that opportunity to work with kids and families every day.
I met Adam at 41 years old, so I had quite a long period of singleness in there that I had to navigate, and it looked quite different. Being saved at 30, trying to figure out God's ways and what He desired for my future and godly husband, compared to what it was before I was saved. And so just trying to navigate that as a single person. And so I look at that period of time and I think about, wow, I had a lot of trials and heartbreak and challenges that I went through. But I'm just so thankful for that time, because I ran to the Word. I loved getting plugged into the church that I was in. I tried to build really strong Christian friendships, and I took Bible studies on how to be a better godly wife, or how to be a godly wife. And so just really took that time as a single person to live it with purpose. I really thought I want my single season to be of a great purpose. And I learned, looking back now, is God's timing is always best.
I was directly the opposite. For the first 35 years of my life, I had no desire to be in a relationship, to get married. For me, it was all about achieving my work goals, my goals as an athlete, whatever that was, and I wasn't going to let anything else. I felt like anything else would get in the way or distract that. And God just woke me up the November before COVID hit. And the way He woke me up is it was the first time in my life that I ever spent Thanksgiving alone. So then I just go into turbo research mode. I start reading books like Relationship Goals by Pastor Michael Todd, and If You're So Wonderful, Why Are You Still Single? And I started reading 31 Prayers for Your Future Wife, and just started that process of learning, because I had spent so much of my life not thinking about that. That I knew that I had to get caught up to speed quickly if I was going to captivate someone like this heart. And so, for me and my role, it's hard to date anyone, kind of in the area. And so I started at a 50-mile radius and just kept expanding, and it went 50 to 100 and 100 to 150, and finally got to 200 miles. And this gal was sitting there at the 200-mile mark on Christian Mingle, and I sent out a message, and after a few months, she returned the message.
Well, I think, just like a lot of newly married couples, we wanted to do it God's way, so we waited till we got married to live together. And so just learning how to do that and navigate that in God's way, and just the communication. I'm definitely a verbal processor and want to talk everything out, and Adam is definitely more of the silent processor, and you need to give him time. So that, as a godly wife, I'm always striving to be better at that. I've got a lot of work to do, but I know I need to sometimes just give him a day or two, and I know he loves me, that he's going to come back and talk it through with me, but he just needs that time. And I think financially, it's always, we always tease each other that, we came from very similar backgrounds, but with the finances, I came from a background that you didn't buy the car until you saved the money for the car. And I'd say Adam is more, I like that car, I didn't look at the price, and that gives me a little bit of a heart attack. So we always say Adam's level is a little more Johnny Steakhouse, and I'm more comfortable at Culver's level.
So one of the things that we did is there's this psychologist, and his name is Alfred Aron. and he wrote these 36 questions. He's a relationship psychologist from NYU, and he said, if you ask your spouse these 36 questions, you're going to find out if you're truly a connected match. And he's now done this with thousands and thousands of couples and research how they've stayed together. And so that was kind of how we started and made those connections. It was through those 36 questions that I think we learned a lot about each other, and we did that in our first 3 dates. Like for me, when I go into things like I'm not messing around, like I'm already old, I don't have time to, so we're going to ask these 36 questions. We're either on the same page.
That's why he's good at his job.
or we're not on the same page. So 3 dates, and I knew. I was like, these 36 questions I asked, and I'm like, this is the gal.
He makes me want to be a better version of Sarah than I, yeah.
Ditto. Where Sarah maybe had to kiss a few frogs, I was able to find my princess like right away.